here and there. It's going to be tough. Gabi, oh, he almost got caught, but I think he spotted the legs. There's the flashbang. Can't land any shots. Tizian is playing far back, and he was a great defender in the challenger stage at the center bomb site. Look at these planned flashbangs to get his teammates out.
Yeah, and maybe even to stop the rush that was coming up the sidewalk. Somebody going to be taking down tabseN. That's a strong start once the bomb is down and Captain Mo will chime in, but Tizian with 2 in return, and he was really an impactful player the last time we saw BiG play as well. DD trying to hold on to this front line of the defense in the retake, and Tizian goes down.
Oh, no.
He should have had that kill. I don't know how DD is still living. He's just dancing and dodging all the bullets. Finally, he's going to get taken out. A bit of a great flank coming in as Nex instantly tabs out Execute. That leaves BeNTED up top with a P250, already defusing the bomb. 3 more seconds, and he's going to stop that from happening. But the turnaround, picking up the kit, and oh, it's going to be close, but I think he'll just have it. So a little bit scary towards the end, but it will be a round 1 for BiG, and that could have gone horribly wrong. Yeah, good effort from BeNTED sliding along that wall just so the diffuser is the only one able to be visible. DD somehow survives for so very long, but you can see BiG is just prepared. They've experienced all of this before. All that aggression, the flashbangs through the smoke, and a nice shot from Nex right at the end. Does Gabi keeping it cool? Not
yeah, once he misses 9 bullets, he's like, all right, let's calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, got a couple of shots left to see what happens.
Listen, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. It's been a slow start for me. Maybe some of these players feeling the same thing going on.
We'll allow for it, Moses. We'll get you, well, you already have a coffee. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine.
You'd like to think that. It's going to be a 3rd round buy coming in, so obviously just the pistols. Gabi knows that angle, even with the smoke from the HE grenade. And nice cover from Smooya as well, allowing Gabi to fall back. This has allowed Execute to move into a sneaky little position, but he's just got a Glock. And we all know about Glocks.
We've seen them work once or twice, but generally not the equipment of choice. Execute managed to sneak all the way in. Could give Nex a heart attack here.
Knife.
Oh, he's going to actually do it as well. That's so ridiculous. Oh, man. Nex is not going to be happy.
How, in the most exposed portion of the yard, I don't know how he got in a position to get that knife, but now with an M4 in his hands, I mean, obviously, there's not a great chance of him winning. I think the tough part is Gabi cannot be aggressive.
Oh. Ooh. What a sneaky bastard. He's
clever girl.
He's actually just throwing away the M4. He knows there's no way he can save it. So they're going to be so upset. Yeah, they're sort of thinking, yeah, I'm going to pick up this M4, but I'm not.
What a god.
That is genius.
Yeah, I was in my head. I was saying, oh, he can get a couple more guns down, force some rebuys with that M4, and he just doesn't even take the risk. Very, very cool.
That was the one M4 they had.
I was going to say, it's very important for this round as well, where they're going to buy those AK-47s, reinvesting into the M4. I think Gabi had to buy that and drop it over. Nex couldn't afford it and get armor and nades. So, yeah, clever little piece of gameplay there.
We love to see it. 3rd round now coming into it, and not a bad buy at all for Tyloo. They're going to be pretty well equipped, maybe lacking in some of the smokes. That does prevent really deep fakes where you sort of throw 1 set of smoke and then you recommit later on. You can't really do that when you only have 2 of them. But they do have some Molotovs to follow it up as well. Grenade landing on a couple of players. There's Nex taking down 1 kill, but 3 people keep peeking Gabi all at the same time, and he had the wrong rifle out as well. So instantly down Smooya, and that's a great infiltration coming in from Nex, who's hitting some good shots there. That might actually almost shut down all of it here. It's a 2-on-3, and Execute very worried, and for good reason, about what's happening in Pop Dog at the moment. Gonna go for the recommit, and that's a great headshot, taking down Tizian. Very smart read from him. Now tabseN, can he get anyone killed? He's long range with that MP9, and the bomb has been picked up, and it's now being evacuated into the B bomb site. So Tyloo somehow finding a way out of all the chaos.
Yeah, once this settles down, once they find these kills, it gets really, really awkward. Because they have to have the information. It's almost like they have to peek and see exactly where Tyloo's going to go, but that exposes them to all the danger in the world. Great shots from Execute. Heard that player flanking in ladder. Tizian goes down. Smooya with an off angle. Captain Mo might just walk right into it. You imagine he would look in this direction as Execute is just outside the ladder room, but he's not prepared. He throws the Molotov, puts Smooya on notice. That needed to be a tap. Needed to be a headshot, and Execute. He's got tabseN coming down the ladder now. Will he be able to read the position of both of these players?
Oh, it's very difficult, isn't it? He's got a limited shot here. They don't have any grenades to force him out with, but still a lot of angles to cover. He's realizing now time is about it. A bit of a jump there and a little bit of damage, and Execute The bomb not quite being defused yet. He's forced into it, and that's smart play from BiG. They knew they had the time to do that maybe a couple of times to tap it to force him out in the open. Good play, good round, and BiG going to be up 3-0, surviving a scary round. But, you know, they lost the M4 early. They steal 2 AKs in this round, Moses.
It's good upgrades as well. They've kind of recovered in that situation. Nex had a really good round, and it's a shame this smoke is in his face because Execute's supposed to be watching for this exact play, but could not get in front of that smoke in time. So Nex really with some round-saving plays there. 3-0. The plant's going to help as with a losing bonus building up. But BiG starting to look good, and this is where tabseN has the first AWP on the board. You imagine Smooya, if someone goes down in this round, he's going to buy the AWP as well.
Oh, that's an instant kill. Not allowing for any Deagle shenanigans. They're in T-main. Don't want to lose too many rifles here. A good opportunity for the BiG side to be building a strong economy. And we all know what happens by now when the CTs on train get that. It does become a problem. I'm interested if Tyloo, I mean, Alex sort of brought this up. What if this is one of the, could be the strength of Tyloo on the T side, right? The fact that they are a little bit crazy. Most of the teams, they keep trying to sort of rerun the same strats, and maybe this time if you throw the right smokes, it'll work. But maybe Tyloo are just gonna amp up the madness, and maybe that can work.
Maybe. The other side of that coin is echoing the sentiments we had from yesterday when we saw them on Inferno against MIBR. Is just not good at handling the AWPs, just getting picked off over and over, and not really having a set plan to be able to neutralize them, or at least get a beneficial fight against the Oppers. So you put them on a map like Train where Oppers can reign more supreme than they even do on Inferno, and all of a sudden it gets dicey. And now, like I said, one player goes down in the BiG side of things. Smooya drops his rifle over, picks up the AWP himself. So Tyloo's going to have an early test, and Execute is going to have an op to duel them with.
Definitely a fun Opera as well to watch.
Bear versus Dragon. Would you pick the Bear?
I doubt that I would if we were, I mean...
What if it's a bear with the head of Mike Ditka?
I don't even know what that means, Moses.
Bless it all.
I'm not going to lie. Oh, that's a lot of aggression early on. Good amount of damage. The grenade won't chase him down, and tabseN thought maybe there was enough confusion close range that he could sneak in that kill. Doesn't happen, and he's going to go down to Execute instead. So really, really good opening frag there for Tyloo, in spite of taking a bit of damage on DD. Fair bit of damage. That's
a really good read from Execute, not getting distracted by the close-up aggression and trying to help his teammate out, doing your job, watching for the next push. Ooh, another little... Oh, didn't work the way he wanted it to. This is pretty nasty from Smooya, but obviously that smoke going to give away his position. Deep smoke is going to make Tyloo mildly curious about what's happening. And that's interesting, because now Tyloo's going to be forced into a decision. Once that smoke clears, do they want to push up and clear, you know, towards the dumpster, towards all the way out towards Ivy? It's going to really eliminate the fact that they can even send anyone towards Ivy, because they have no idea if there's someone in those far corners to clear out. So BiG in this hit doesn't really have to worry about any presence in Ivy.
No, and that's really helpful, because they are lacking somebody out here. Smooya, we've seen him, great defensive AWPing in the past. Let's see if he can do it one more time. 30 seconds left on the clock here, and Tyloo really slowing it down, which can be very dangerous. Seeing an opportunity and instantly taking down Bentet. Going to fall back off the hut now. Nex holding this, and now he's going to hear them running. There is a guy holding up at Zizzy, and that's such an incredible position to be in this particular moment. He's waiting for it now, the bomb. He just managed to see it, and that just might be the round. 2-on-3 here, and DD doesn't really have the health to fight anybody, so just Tizian holding his position, making all the difference in the world. And that's going to be... I don't know, a bit of a gut punch for Tyloo.
It's another one of those really cool ideas that we see on the T side every so often, but it's just so hard to make work because the route you have to run is just so difficult. I'm not sure if they maybe called an audible halfway through or if that was a design fake, but you get those two players wrapping around the bomb train and actually trying to come in through connector, and no one was really sold on it. Somebody does get that one kill, but Smooya was dedicated to rotating inside. He knew what was coming. Nex was going up the ladder to flank.
Salon delay as well, throwing the smokes from T-spawn to running that way.
Yeah.
If only Moses somebody had found a way to throw the same smoke from somewhere else. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. Someone should get on that. Yeah. You'd probably make a lot of money off that kind of intelligence, Anders.
No, absolutely. It's wasting all of your life. Don't do it. Oh, well, good opening from Smooya. Flick doesn't connect, but he's keeping it occupied. He might be flanked. Oh, almost. DD was making... Sorry, not DD. Somebody was making his way out And he's actually occupying part of the yard right now, so
They're
kind of scary right now for Smooya. I don't know if he realizes he needs a little bit of backup, and Goppy's going to be taking down Bentet. He made the jump back, Smooya, so he's back into safety now once again. 5-on-3, and not a good start for Tyloo right now. Somebody getting one good kill, following up and taking down Goppy. He was a really interesting player to watch, somebody in some of the previous games here for the Chinese and Indonesian side, but this time he's going to get shut down, and 2-on-3. They have a minute, though.
They have a minute, and they have some possibilities. It's these AWPs that worry me. If they can get into the proper position, and that's the nice thing. They've applied enough pressure that it really puts Smooya out of position. He's under a lot of risk here. DD's going to come around the corner, and he handles it perfectly. 2 kills for Smooya. I think this is where BiG just really extends this defensive lead. These AWPs are feasting.
Yeah, they're having too much of a good time, and also just the fact that they can keep them alive and don't have to sort of reinvest. Even in one of them is obviously... yeah, it's expensive. So building the economy, building the round lead, and Tyloo lacking in answers. They need a solution to this problem.
Remember, this is what happened yesterday as well against MIBR. They got beat up massively. They got down to a huge, I think it was like 10-1 at some point, or 10-2. It wasn't great at all, and they somehow managed to bring it all the way back in that second half, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to do that against BiG.
It might be trouble, although Moses, me and my 16%ers, we saw it coming.
The homies ride together, die together?
Yeah. Not this time, though. We're off that train. I did quickly, you know, take a look at all the astrological charts and all the rest of it to figure out who's going to win this one, and I feel like I've got a good read today.
Yeah? All right.
Just wait till later, Moses. You saw my prediction.
What is the year on the Chinese calendar?
Year of the dog, I believe, Moses.
Is it the dog?
I don't know. Tizian instantly taken down. Tabson just trying to stay alive with that AWP, down to 24 health. The bomb now making its way out into A. Somehow, and weirdly, they've managed to fake out all the big team. I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference. They do have a 2-on-4 with a Deagle and a CSET 75, so quite unlikely that you could end up winning this, but let's not rule them out yet. CSET 75 close range. If you can get a couple of kills and fall back in the reload, that would be interesting. Flashbang, and he doesn't pull the trigger, which is good news. Now he can maybe get a flank in. Bentet still has to stay alive. He runs in behind this. One good kill, but Smooya with a nice turnaround. Not bad at all. And Bentet gets the one, but now he's... yeah, well, either that or he was going to get shot in the back. It almost had to be one or the other. So, an expensive round, actually good round for Tyloo, but not enough.
I was going to say, there's not really a chance of them necessarily winning it unless that CZ from XQ had gotten a couple kills, but the plant doesn't matter because the full losing bonus is there from Tyloo. They're going to be investing no matter what. It's how many kills can they get down the stretch to start limiting this economy and kind of grind it away. Still so much money on this defensive side. Great reaction from Smooya. If he misses that shot, likely he goes down, and then things get interesting from there. 7-0. Decent job getting plants in these 7 rounds. 3 of them have had plants that have been diffused, but it is just the question of these AWPs. How are you going to get close enough? How are you going to neutralize them? Can you put smokes and flashes in their face? Will they miss a couple shots? And Captain Mo going to get down ladder. This is going to be very fast. He's not going to care about this smoke whatsoever. They're already out in yard, and Smooya, he has a chance as he realizes they're out just yet, but he still gets a pick towards mid. Bentet on top of the ladder. The flick down doesn't work, but DD doesn't realize, and there he is, responding to somebody coming through the smoke. And the bomb is still so far away from the actual site, I don't think the pace is really going to matter all that much to BiG at this point.
That's a lot of pressure to be under if you're Smooya. Those are some really good shots to be hitting. I mean, double scope to get that first kill, but falling down off, and Goppy's going to be down. DD taking this position almost immediately, and that's a very difficult position for BiG to get him out of. He doesn't have a smoke, so maybe if they get a Molotov up there, but Captain Mo holding off. That's one of the Molotovs. The other one is on Tizian, and he's all the way over by Ivy, so a great hit here for Tyloo.
It's time for a save as well. There's no way they're getting back into this. At speed, it was really awkward with how fast they got into the bomb site and then how far away the bomb was, but just such good position from DD up above. He's able to hold off Goppy on that bomb train and really decide everything. They can't lose these weapons, though. If you're Tyloo, you need to keep these 3 players alive, even in a win. It's your first one. You need the money, so... here we are, Tyloo coming right through the smokes, and with the emphasis on boosting Smooya up, and actually they even take that one away right at the end. Those are good finds. A very solid round from Tyloo to get on the board, and hopefully they can build upon it, and you see them take an immediate timeout as they want to be able to build these 2 rounds together.
So it turns out...
our Chinese zodiac animals.
Yeah.
I'm a tiger.
and Aminox.
Yeah, I definitely won that one.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I do feel like a Tiger could probably take down Nox. That's kind of what they do, isn't it?
And so, Tigers are just badass.
They are.
They are kind of like the best of the cats.
I once read some tragic write-up of like some old, I don't know, 30s movie or something where they wanted like a tiger to fight a lion and they wanted the lion to win, and it turns out the tiger just like they had to spend like quite a few lions to try and make one of them win because the tigers are just a little bit stronger.
I've got a treat for you, Anders.
Yeah?
James Bardoff is a rat. It's his zodiac animal.
That I could have guessed that. That would have been my. That would have been.
Listen.
Good morning to you, James.
Yeah. Hope you slept well. Hope you have had your tea and cheese.
Listen, I mean, rats carried the Black Plague, didn't they, Moses? They might. I think they've probably killed more people than tigers. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Got to be very careful about that. Now, mostly a case that 1 AWP, obviously, Tyloo picking up their first round here, and it is the 9th that we're heading into. Xcurate really, really wants that pick off against Smooya. He's been quite active down here at Ivy, but they don't quite get the angle. That could have been, I think that could have been scary, but he'll live for now. And Nex, just waiting. Are they teaching each other how to throw these grenades in the middle of it? I always get worried about that. Good Molotov to block off the exit for Nex, and oh, they're going to double grenade him, but he just keeps on spraying, and what a double kill. They were planning to force him forward with the Molotov into the double HE, and he just absolutely said no. God be instantly down. This is... Oh, so instantly getting the kill with Tizzy in there on Xcurate. That's an incredible way to begin a round.
That is just a gut punch for Tyloo. As soon as that happens, you're just like, well, round's over. 2 players go down immediately. Bentet trying to hold Smooya in place. He's going to spot the elbow, but Smooya gets it anyways. There's that aggressive pressure on the defense for BiG, and Tyloo caught off guard. You like the idea, but Nex is just a beast.
I want to know what kind of, what zodiac sign Chad is.
Well, I'm sure now that you said that, they're going to tell us any minute.
I feel like that's relevant information to the broadcast.
While we're on the subject, we're not really, of the wild cats, I think the snow leopard is a pretty awesome creature.
Snow leopard, Moses.
Yeah, those are sweet.
No, definitely the best animal has to be a platypus. They're amazing creatures, Moses. Sponge is a snake.
Sponge is a snake. That makes sense as well.
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, round number 10. And because of that reset, Tyloo, I mean, they managed to get a little bit in here, but they must return to winning right now. Otherwise, BiG could run away with this whole first half.
Yeah, this is huge. And all 5 players inside, they've really gone away from any kind of spread default. This nade could do great damage coming in. There's Bentet and Xcurate. No armor on Xcurate. That is a beautiful piece of utility. They don't even know how good it was. All they have left to do is hit, and because there's no attention, no noise outside, Nex has even cheated his rotation inner. There's the Molotov. They're going to get burned. They're going to get destroyed. DD can't even get out of the flames. He has the kill, but was it worth it? Too much low HP on the rest of these players, and yeah, Tapson able to continually shut people down. Bentet going to be forced out of the bomb site into the open, uses the cover of smoke. They've got a flank coming in this whole time.
How has this ended up in a 2-on-2? This should have been an easy round for BiG to be winning.
This is the only option they have, getting aggressive and pushing away from the flank.
Oh, he sees it coming. Xcurate down to 5 from 1 HE grenade and somehow landing a triple kill anyway. He's finally going to get that one, but Bentet is right around the corner, and the Scoppy realized how close he was. I'm not sure they're going to pick up the bomb and run back. Only 18 seconds left on the clock, so it's going to be a one-on-one. M4 versus AK, but the health advantage for Goppy means it pretty much doesn't matter, so we'll see how this all plays out. Up on the high ground, he does not have... Well, he's got 1 flashbang. Bentet could at least be used to force Goppy off of the bomb. And Goppy, if he could pick up any grenades in transit, that would be perfect right now. Smoke, obviously Molotov would be incredible, but right now he's being very slow about it.
He's going to have to make an educated guess of where he thinks Bentet is. He doesn't have time anymore, and since he's walking this whole way, there's not a whole lot of time to fake him out of position. He needs this kill if he's going to get it. Yeah,
and he's going to pick up the AWP instead and just hope to save it, which is going to be possible. I cannot believe that Tyloo won that. That has to be one of the most incredible round turns I've seen, maybe all tournament. I just felt like that was That was so unlikely that was going to happen.
3 kills from Xcurate. Yes, he has the AWP down to 5 HP right at the start before he even sees anybody, and he's still able to manage things. This is incredible. That nade just does so much.
Look at what they have. UMP CSET 75. They instantly get grenaded on. They run through the fire, losing 2 to Tizian, so it's immediately a 3-on-5 where one of their players has 5 health.
Yeah, that's so good from Tyloo, and I love the call to just get hyper-aggressive and push down those lanes. It's all they could have done in that scenario. Still a desperate situation, but you sit back and you're just going to get flanked, you're going to get naded, you have your positions covered, and while they still had some utility in play, they utilize it. Here we go with an outer hit. Got B, almost caught with that smoke out. It goes really deep. Molotov, actually a follow-up smoke.
That's 3 smokes now in Pop Dog.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake. I'm not sure entirely if one was Tyloo's perhaps, but
yeah, Tyloo put out the fire and then BiG threw 2 more on top. So it's definitely smoke, Moses. There's no question.
There is a lot of smoke there. Right at the start, 8-2, and the money is I mean pretty much all gone for BiG. 4 players beneath $600. This is a huge round for both teams. You can cripple the opponent. For Tyloo, that means getting back into the game. For BiG, it means almost being able to extend this lead to something unreachable.
Yeah, that would be such a turn. And BiG would probably, they would maybe still be happy to be at 8 rounds, but it'd be really frustrating knowing that you could have ended the half at 11 or 12 or something ridiculous like that, and suddenly you've let them back in. Flashbang to make it down on the sidewalk. Smooya, that's a nice pick-off crossing in. Xcurate is down, but Captain Mo with a good return. And somebody just going to spot if anyone is there. He got the information, and now he's going to put the bomb down. So 4-on-4. Tapson picking up a kill on Bentet. Tizian finding that fight a little bit awkward, ducking into it, but it's going to be just fine now. 2-on-4. And another round that Tyloo should definitely be losing, and this kind of a flank from Tizian. And again, he's doing a very good job overall. 11 kills on him, and that's going to be the round favoring BiG, just as they were about to run out of money. You have to feel for Tyloo.
Yeah, you really do. This time they didn't have the AWP in the like they did the previous round with Xcurate, able to pick off some players. And that's the thing. I mean, the big help of that AWP was to like kind of thin this defense and allow them to push up when you don't have that benefit. When you have no AWP pinning down the defenders and preventing those repeaks, it's so difficult to get close. You saw, I think it was a cat. No, it was can't remember who it was. Somebody maybe who was behind that train and like going up to fight Tizian. It's just so awkward when you get caught in the middle of those trains and someone sees you, and then you're just like, well, I can't fall back and I can't go forward. So it's kind of just I have to stand here and take a really poor fight for myself.
And if you lose it, the rest of your team that's trying to retake from sidewalk, they're going to get flanked, right? Yep. So you really have to sort of. You're right. It's very awkward. Did work out, and now Tyloo are back to pistols. So the really nice chance that they just had to reset the whole thing, jump from 2 to 4, maybe even 5 rounds. Now it's sort of slipped away a little bit, and I think that might have been the one chance in this first half. I'm not sure if they're going to get another one anytime soon, but we'll find out. Molotov, Captain Mo decides to just run it, and why not?
Well, the rest of the hit is coming towards Ivy, and look at the firepower that's just turned around. Tabson's here, doesn't even take the first shot, sees the second one coming. DD comes right back into it. I think they're just, trading this off back and forth, and one by one they're going to challenge, and somebody's tagged up.
They're going to boost on top, and Tabson, because he's double scoped, man, he could have been dead right then and there, but...
They were pretty deep in Ivy, though. Would that have worked?
I think they could have seen him. I want to say yes.
Okay.
Could be wrong. Often am.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, Moses, we had a little educational piece on Octopi earlier. We'll get another tech timeout at some point. I'll tell you about the platypus and why it's the best animal.
Okay.
But not now. Keep it a secret. Keep the audience waiting. I know they're on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, everyone. I mean,
wanting to hear about the platypus.
Isn't it platypi?
I actually don't know. So already we're off to a great start.
Sick educational seminar.
Round number 13 now. We've got all AKs on the Tyloo side, and I would say kind of limited in the grenades. They got the smokes. I guess that's good, but on train, I feel like you always just want like 2 or 3 Molotovs to clear out all the most likely corners. got be a little bit early with that, but he's going to continue on. They will have maybe heard the grenade, but this is hard to expect. I mean, they're even going to be boosting Tizian. This is so mad. Oh, a little bit of a failed spray there from Tizian. That could have probably been done better. I think he was just so giddy that he had like a huge meal in front of him, Moses.
It's like when your name is finally called for the play and you just go up and everything's there for you. That sucks. Tizian, you could have had 3 kills there. Could have had a highlight clip. It's all right, though. Taking out Bentet.
It's not all right.
It's not all right?
No, I wanted the highlight.
All right.
I thought that was so creative. I really, you know, they would have been... Obviously, they would have been shut down pretty quickly, but...
Yeah, we'll add them to the Code Red list, Anders.
More people to beat up. I like it.
When you put it like that, it just sounds so... not good. Gabi on the top of that first train at the inner bomb site. Tapson way far back. These ops still have just been so effective, and yeah.
Speak of the devil.
For whatever reason, DD's still not getting the message that there's going to be an op somewhere and you can't just swing out in that fashion. On the other hand, there's not like they have a whole lot of utility to be able to use in this scenario either way. There's no flashbangs, and Gabi will have no issue handling this. Shooting at the feet, and as I say that, the transfer is a bit awkward. Tapson's here to hold down the fort, though.
They're trying to see if they can run him down. Maybe they only have 20 seconds, so they can't really spend an enormous amount of time doing this, although Captain Mo will get the kill. Molotov not going to be for the bomb plant, so somehow it's a 2-on-2. I don't know how Tyloo keep coming back into these rounds. Oh, Smooya, he gets to live through the barrage. That should have probably been the end of him, and he's going to be patiently waiting and ending the round. That's 11 now.
I thought it was
BiG.
I thought it was weird that neither of these two players, Smooya or Nex, kind of swung to the other side of that, along that back wall, to really cover that left side of that train for Tapson, because he was almost in an impossible scenario where it just comes down to timing, and obviously it wasn't with him there as somebody flanks around, but had some of the teammates to be able to handle that scenario. Plant's going to help, but not much. 11-2, looking like a huge first half for BiG. You like that?
I did.
I'm improving. I'm getting better.
All the time. We've got... we're building up a list of synonyms. It's not bad.
Spent the whole night. That's why I didn't get much sleep. Isn't that the source?
Smooya's at 16-5. That's great news, but I kind of expect it. What's really making me happy at the moment is actually the fact that Nex is, you know, in the game and just doing a good job. It doesn't have to be top fragging. I don't really care about that, but just the fact that he's in the game, I think that's going to be important for BiG down the stretch of this Legend stage. Smooya handling himself just fine. Probably wanted to go for another one, but he thought better of it. Managed to control his own madness, and that was good.
I think it's really cool watching Smooya in this team, in his kind of progression within the team, because it feels like Gabi's done a great job of finding ways to allow him to still have the freedom to like go for some plays, but also like rein him in a little bit and be like, listen, you are an opper. We do need some level of consistency of where you're going to be, looking, and what we can rely on. Yep. And then in these situations, you know, go nuts, go ham. And it is cool seeing him be a measured opper, because he's proving he can make the highlight plays, and he can make the standard stuff that you just need oppers to be able to do.
Yeah, nice. Bit of diversity there. Smooya is forced back around the corner, and well,
he wasn't expecting Bentet to get through the flames like that.
No, probably not. And this time Gabi is going to get grenaded on multiple times.
Yeah, that wasn't fun at all for him. 4 HP.
Oh, is Tizian going to risk it? He kind of almost feels like he was going to try and sneak his way around the corner. Next, now taking up position. This worked last time. There are great pop flashes you can throw for it, but it's kind of hard to know which one you should be throwing.
I think if they want to come back on this, Tizian has to be aggressive when this hit comes in outside. He'll have to deal with DD over the smoke. But him and Nex almost feels like they can work together in some way to eliminate that danger from ladder room.
Tabson could make this quick 4-on-4. It will be a leg shot instead. Still kind of important what happens in Pop Dog right now. Tabson very aggressive and taking one more kill. Next gonna... Oh, actually, not quite yet. Instead, it was the flank coming in. Not bad at all.
Gabi went and picked up Smooya's AWP and Ivy, and he's able to just punish people from afar. That 4 HP does not matter nearly as much, and that is a well-handled round from BiG. 12-2, about to be 13.
Yeah, this is incredibly well done. I can't believe they managed to win in that fashion. Looked like they would have maybe been run down. That 4 men coming out of main is kind of hard to stop, but 13-2 in favor of BiG is absolutely a great scoreline. Smooya at 18 and Nex at 17, so job well done.
the ops, man. The double op setup came out at the 4th round, and it just never ended. It was I didn't think about it even by the 5th round, excuse me, but just never went away. Tyloo, not enough things to really stop that, keep the money low. They had him at the breaking point 1 round in the middle portion of that half, and it just didn't really work out. They weren't able to finally do it, and I think that was kind of the death rattle. Tyloo had their chance, though.
Their one chance, so...
Yeah, one chance, which isn't always the best feeling. You really have a small window to hit there to reset that economy.
There's an Eminem song with that theme, isn't there? I mean, not
one
about
chance, one opportunity.
Yeah, that's what
I think that was about Counter-Strike.
You think so?
If I remember correctly.
Well, listen, we'll not talk about that, Moses. 13-2, and moving into round number 16. If you are just joining us, this is the first game of the day, and there are going to be so many more to follow, so you definitely want to stick around. This is a crazy day 2 of the Legend stage, with all of the upsets that were happening yesterday.
This is a massive, not even a rotate, it's like a migration of Tyloo players to this inner bomb site. DD long range, not able to hit the shots, and he gets gooshed back in return. The bomb hasn't made it in yet, and it's just now going to go down.
Tizian is all the way over it. How could he possibly know that everyone's just vacated his side? He's now checking the A yard as the bomb is slowly ticking away. And the rest of BiG trying to hold on. That's a great flick from Next, taking down 1 kill, but he needs more, and finally going to be picking up DD. They're being overrun, and Gobby doesn't even make it down the ramp. Execute with some great headshots at the end. Smoke up even after everyone is dead, Moses.
Yeah, well, like, what are you supposed to do? If you're that flanker, you're expecting, you're trying to delay it a little bit long. You don't think the retake is going to come that fast. You think it's going to be a little bit more measured, and Tyloo just swarm. As soon as any indication that it's coming inside, it could have entirely been a fake.
Yeah, definitely could have. Have you ever considered the logic of how difficult it would be to defuse a bomb inside of a smoke, Moses? I mean, you can't see the wires, can you? You know, it'd be very tricky.
I just like to believe they have some technology invented for that. Like you can, you know, like Predator vision. Maybe you can only see wires.
I don't think...
I never said it was a realistic technology.
I don't think you know how technology works at all, Moses. I think you might be confused.
Well, when you base all your technology off of Predator, anything is possible.
We should be getting there. I feel like it's 2018. Like, where's all the cool stuff? Where are the...
What are we missing?
Where are all the hoverboards? Where are the invisibility cloaks? Where's the teleportation?
Don't we have those, like, people call them hoverboards,
real.
but they have wheels? It's very strange.
They should never have done that. That's something, like, they should have saved that for when it actually happened. They jumped the gun early. We've made kind of a better, like, more fun version of a skateboard. We'll just call it a hoverboard. Cool.
Yeah, that is a bit silly. False advertising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smooya, he's very cautious. He's got teammates coming to pair up with him, and right to the face. A crouch. That's like a teabag before you get the kill. And you do love to see it.
Not if you're Tyloo, though. You've had one chance in the first half, and obviously winning that pistol was kind of your second chance.
There's no one actually watching this bomb site. They're smoked off in ladder room. There's 2 players in here, and they're screwed. They can't do anything. They have to come through this smoke, which means somebody will be able to be traded, so they have to wait. And actually, even DD is pushing up. What? I don't know how that happened, but DD's there's going to be 3 players in ladder room.
Did somebody bind his mouse 1 to kill in console before this round started? I am so confused. 3 on 4 right now, and BiG, they've at least got the bomb plant down. Smooya going to get 1 kill there. Still a good chance right now for Tyloo, and a missed shot from Smooya. He's not going to have many more opportunities, and Gobby can't get into position to try and challenge that bomb defuse. So Tyloo will win the round, but, you know, it's not bad a job at all.
What happened to Tizian?
I really don't know. I'd love to find out. I think he must have... It looked like there was a bit of team damage, and then maybe he fell. Oh, okay. He didn't... It was Bentet doing all the damage, and then the last tick. That's not bad at all. What a way to go.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Luckily, it was kind of censored by the smoke, Moses. We didn't get to see the horror of it.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the full gruesome effect of falling 10 feet.
I don't know what feet are, Moses. Can we use real measurements?
It's the only measurement that matters. Smooya taking 1 shot in middle, and he's going to challenge this, especially in a round like this where he knows they likely won't have an AWP. He's going to be a little bit more bold than we might see later on Already control of ladder room for BiG, and it looks like they are ready to split this bomb site. There's 4 players out here, though. They're going to have a tough time. This is going to be a battle all the way through. Somebody, I think he's going to use a pop flash from his teammate. Nex actually takes the advantage. He just goes out for it. He's blocked off by smoke, but he's actually holding him out here. Here come his teammates. Just one guy to help clear out E-Box, and somebody's in an impossible scenario. Great spin from Tapson, but the sheer amount of bodies here for Tyloo is making this outer yard difficult to take.
Yeah, definitely is right now. Accurate flashbang. Luckily for him, nobody's peeking that, but they are in good positions right now. And he wants to commit and flank all the way out. Missed opportunity there. Does reveal Captain Mo's position. Grenade on Smooya. He has no body armor, so if that actually connected, he would have been dead instantly. Good return. And Smooya going to find the perfect opportunity. Taking down Captain Mo. It's all on DD. And he cannot give this round up. Tabson with a triple. DD walking right into that one. He's still going to pick up the kill. Maybe should have been the end of him there. He's down to 33. But again, Smooya with no armor on the other side. He's going to fall really quickly. And DD, if he oversteps the line, even by 1 inch here, there's a good chance Smooya could punish him. Pressure is on though, only 19 seconds. Eventually that bomb is going to have to be picked up, and you could tell DD's very worried about where he might be. Just flicking all over the place. 10 seconds now. Smooya running out of time really quickly. If he wants to go for this, it's going to have to be now. And DD, oh, he sees it. He must have seen the gun barrel there, Smooya. 4 seconds, 3 seconds left and around the corner, and DD's going to win the 1 versus 2, picking up the AWP. That's so close, but not enough.
What a test of nerve for DD, just to be able to stand the ground and not overexpose yourself to the op of Smooya. That's a lot of time to have to just sit there and able to do nothing. This is great from Tapson. That response on the Bentet is so quick, and DD obviously the 1 versus 2 critical for Tyloo if they want to make a return in this game. That was a desperate shot in that scenario. I think Smooya's best chance would have been to have dropped the op, traded out for a rifle, and actually get aggressive.
I'm actually kind of impressed by the way that somebody was handling the aggression there at Team Main, because he got the first kill, but I think as he was backing up, he was actually crawling back into cover from Pop Dog.
Yep. And
that's so hard to do with your back turned. I mean, you obviously know where the E-box is, but if you fail that by, you know, a second, then like they had to chase him down behind the E-box, right? Mm-hmm. They could have killed him from Pop Dog if they'd been there, I don't know, like 1 second earlier.
Well, also, the cool part about it is the fact that he survives as well. It sends one person out of ladder room earlier than they wanted to, earlier ahead of the hit, just to be able to, because you have a player from Tyloo in an exposed, you have a defensive player in an exposed position. You want to take that opportunity to get him down. If there had been a Tyloo teammate watching from Bomb Train, that would have been a kill for him, because he's obviously swinging to get that frag at E-box. He's not really worrying too much about the Bomb Train. Could have been a great chance there. Doesn't happen for Tyloo. This is going to be a fast split. Captain Mo, you realize it now. Can you handle the pressure? There's the angle, holding down the trigger, and oh, you run out of bullets just as that last piece of HP. Good frags coming in. DD up close. That's dangerous. He's got to be careful. Headshot there would spell the end. Next gets one more. Not going to expect the follow-up flank, but great damage from BiG, and essentially just a rush outside, a split from Ivy, keeping the money low. Yeah.
You know, a cool variation that's been creeping into the metagame on Train is the idea of throwing that wall of smokes on the A-bomb side, but then leaving one of the smokes out, either on the connector side or on the yard side.
Yep.
And then the idea is obviously that the CTs that are holding there, especially if it's an AWP, right, they're kind of expecting that any minute now that smoke's going to go up, and then you just rush them down from Pop Dog, say, and you know, they were actually counting on some cover being there, and then there's nothing. I kind of like that idea. Doesn't seem like we'll revisit it, and I think BiG, they've been closing the yard a couple of times, but maybe they want to try that B-bomb side a little bit again.
They're looking for anything, and there again, we saw Nex. This is a huge play for BiG that teams can look out for future in the tournament if they play him on this map. Nex loves being pop flash and just going for duels. There's the op, the opening kill, the follow-up from DD. Oh, he drops down, but they have Bentet here as well. Somehow, BiG manages that aggression so much, but Tapson's not expecting that. The insanity of FACEIT.
Yeah.
And even Captain Bo, look at this unending aggression.
This is why people love watching Tyloo play. This is so unexpected. They don't get that kill, unfortunately. That should have probably been it. So now it's all on Execute. He has the bomb, and they have a Molotov, and that is incredibly bad news. If they guess that he's going to be here, he's ready and waiting. Going to be creeping out. One good flick, and now Nex on the other side. And Execute, he's going to go back for it right in front, and then he gets the quad kill as well, saving Tyloo. The play to walk up the ramp again to get that last kill is just incredible.
What a boss. That is some beautiful gameplay. And I mean, you kind of have to take a risk. I don't know how that wasn't such a clean round for Tyloo. They had a triple stack here, 2 lower ramp, including the up, 1 upper ramp. Not able to clear it out. They had Captain Mo pushing up the ladder, catching 2 players off guard, and still, I feel like that round should have been much, much easier for Tyloo. Such a cool call to not have the results you needed. But either way, who really cares at the end of the day when it's 5-0 for Tyloo coming back into this on this CT side, and actually Next somehow doesn't get hit by anything. Great tap right onto somebody at the bottom of that ladder, and now the smokes go down. And while Tyloo is worried about clearing out Ivy, so much space has been taken up by BiG in the outer yard.
How has Next done that? They're not rushing for the bomb plant either, but that's not an easy shot to be hitting. Very weird angle when you're pushing in from that corner. Bomb will go down, 4 on 5 here, and remember, Tyloo have lost so many people in the last couple of rounds. They are lacking money heavily right now. DD going to be picking up Tapson, but they can't afford to lose this round. That would leave BiG almost certainly at map point, and they're getting kind of shut down here. A 3-on-2 now. The bomb already been ticking for a while, and Accurate needs an incredibly fast shot, or they need to save what they have right now. See him trying to tap the bomb there. Bentet, 1 versus 3. They actually think he's still inside of the smoke, so they're a little bit paranoid about that. Gobi going to close out the round, and that'll be 14-7.
The unfortunate thing, and this is why you just need sometimes on the T side of train just to buy yourself a window, maybe one mistake that it buys you, and Tyloo didn't do that. With only 2 rounds in that first half, they're out of money. The most they have is 2,600 on Accurate, and I think they have to make the decision to save for that last round and just go on some kind of a huge run, and even then it's going to be a sketchy buy to get back on the board. So BiG, really all they needed, all those losses that were so close, it didn't really matter because one of the win conditions when you win a half 13-2 is that you can just grind the economy away. That's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, not a bad job at all, is it? 23 on Next, 22 on Sumuya. They are still leading the charge right now. Accurate is at 18 on the other side, which is absolutely mind-blowing considering how far behind they've been. It's not a bad job on him. So, timeout, and the game is going to be resumed in 10 seconds, Moses.
10 seconds for the rest of your life. This is a 1-0 matchup. BiG beating FaZe, surprisingly, 16-5, and Tyloo beating MIBR, surprisingly, what, that was 16-14?
It was, yeah.
Was it overtime? No, 16-14.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, wasn't it?
It was a bit weird. Tyloo is going to go for the force buy, so Scout on Accurate. He's going to get aggressive towards team main. Tizian's already going to come out ladder, and you only have a CZ, and they're all dead. Everyone outside is gone. Good night, sweet prince.
That was a swift cleanup, wasn't it?
That was very efficient. Very German.
You do like to see it, don't you? Yeah. I mean, we always do say that, but if you've ever actually been to Germany and tried to ride the trains, there's nothing efficient about it.
There's nothing efficient about anything in Germany.
No. It's not great. But it's great in other senses, Moses.
True.
Have you ever been there during Carnival in Cologne?
That's I haven't, great. But I know like a lot of the other guys have, and I've heard stories.
Yeah, who cares about efficiency when you can have that kind of party?
You can get that a lot of different places, though. It's not exactly a German thing, I think.
No, but the Germans do really well. They have, I mean, there's Oktoberfest as well.
See, I'd much rather do Oktoberfest than Carnival.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Carnival is. I think it's only in some parts of.
I have a friend that I went to school with when I was younger who lives in Munich, and I always see his pictures and his posts of what exactly Oktoberfest is, and it sounds great. There's that one where you have to like they have that like spinny table.
Yeah.
And you have to stay on it as long as possible, and you've been drinking beer all day, and it just kind of spins, and like you have to hold onto a rope or obstacle. I don't know, cool stuff. And they have those cool clothes.
We'll go one day, Moses. We'll make it a trip.
All right.
See if we can survive.
Probably not.
No.
Don't they have a rule where you can't ever not have a beer if you're in like Oktoberfest, if you're at like one of like the party areas?
I don't know, but...
And they have those big like steins of like heavy beer.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure people will be tweeting all of the Oktoberfest rules to us, and, we'll prepare ourselves.
I'm not a beer drinker.
Well... If you go, then there's no choices there.
No, there's really not.
You just got to commit.
You're locked in.
So, I mean, the final stand, and it's kind of it's not a great one, is it? You'd wish that at least the final stand would be double up and all.
And it's an impossible call to make if you're Tyloo, right? Do you save that last round, or do you fight to at least be able to fight for the win? And there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. Obviously, just a little bit falls flat here. Somebody gonna take a massive risk. They've spelled.
How is he alive?
He's very fortunate to be getting away. They spotted him, started shooting, and then he went further up the ladder. And then he ran away.
I feel like they might just have been in a state of slight disbelief as well. Like this.
I must be imagining this.
Yeah, is the round live? What's going on?
It must be kicking in right about now.
So, one last chance here for Tyloo. Think about the improvement we've seen out of BiG from the Challenger stage into the Legend stage.
Oh, yeah.
That is incredible. A real story that's being built here. Molotovs rain in, one of them failing a little bit. Bentet winning that fight against Tizian. And it's instantly going to be falling back to the low ground. See if they can make their way. They're not going to slow down or change their minds. And they're going to lose Nex up close. Oh, this is getting very dangerous now. Goppy with a good recovery and taps in long range. Holding the sidewalk down and shutting down somebody in X-Crit. So almost spiraled out of control. Captain Mo very careful with that one. But it will be Smooya fittingly to close the game. 16-17 here in favor of BiG as they're going to take down Tyloo on train. And actually Nex ended up top fragging at 24.
Yeah, Nex with 24. He really likes to take over on that.